Everyone. So joining us now is the Executive Director for CRDCN, Martin Taylor, who is going to send us off.
Well, thank you very much, Grant. And it's a real privilege for me to make a few closing comments, and then, of course, a real pleasure to be able to announce the award winners in a few minutes when the judges have completed their task. Let me just say just a couple of things. One more from the perspective of us as a national organisation partnering on this event, and then a more personal note. This is really a microcosm of what we're all about. The network is here, as I'm sure you're all aware, and those online are aware, to support and enable research and training in advanced statistical analysis, and at the same time to mobilize research for policy. And when you think about what we've heard from our finalists over yesterday and today, that's exactly what we're hearing. Right? We're hearing some very sophisticated analysis on these various micro data sets and the ways in which that knowledge is relevant for policy. So this is very central to what we're here to do as a national network, as the Canadian Research Data Centre Network. We're all enjoying 9 people who have participated in this final as the contestants. But you're the tip of a wonderful iceberg, if that's probably not quite the right metaphor, but nevertheless, 700 plus students across this country are being supported by the network within the 2,000 plus total number of users who are actively engaged with us right now. That's a remarkable number of people across the country being supported, and it's a tremendous privilege for us as a network to have you within our family, and particularly this group obviously today. And what that statistic underlines quantitatively is qualitatively the importance of developing the next generation of researchers and policymakers for Canada. Particularly, and we're all more aware of it, that we are a knowledge-based society. And so the kind of work that you are doing and developing and applying are absolutely critical as we move forward, not just in our individual careers, but as we try to address some of the biggest challenges that the country is facing. I want to echo Anil's, Aurora's comments as chief statistician earlier on, where he referenced the exciting future opportunities that are close by now in terms of the advent of dual access. Those who have presented, of course, have been using the data that are available within the various physical facilities on their campuses. Within the near future, we're going to be offering dual access, which means that not only can you access these microdata, these very rich data sources within those facilities, but also from other places and spaces that are then part of your opportunity set. And this is a terrific development in terms of further liberating access to these data that are so vital, as you're so clearly demonstrating. So it's with the vital support of Statistics Canada and our funding agencies and our university and private sector partners that we're able to provide this data access. And of course, the important point to underline here is, as far as you're concerned, notwithstanding obviously tuition fees and other things that are genuine expenses, the data themselves are free. And that's terrific, right? I mean, it's not a case of going out to find a research grant or whatever else, but by virtue of the partnership and the funding arrangements that we've been able to put in place over these 20 years of our operation, this is free access to some of the best data, certainly in Canada, if not well beyond Canada. It's worth underlining that, I think. And as a result, then, of course, we're all the more well positioned to enable advanced and rigorous research on issues that matter for Canada. And of course, we've seen that hugely reinforced over this past year with COVID, but we can perhaps become too COVID-centric and not perhaps appreciate to the extent we could and should, and although well reflected, I think, in the presentations you've made, the many other current, future, societal challenges and public policy priorities that these data enable us to address, and your skills enable us to analyze. Then on a more personal note, I enjoy being a research administrator in this position as the executive director of this network, but I also miss, quite frankly, the fact that for best part of a quarter of a century, I was an academic researcher and teacher at McMaster University, where I'm based now in this position. And in that capacity, I have to say, and I think without hesitation, that the most satisfying part of that job was the training and mentoring of graduate students. It was just a wonderful opportunity to be part of that career development for folks just like you. And when I come into the session, as I did yesterday and again today, it just reinforced in spades what a wonderful privilege that was and continues to be, obviously, for those who are working with you. And though I'm one step removed from it now in the capacity that I serve, it's still a thrill, frankly, to see the kind of work that you're able to do as students supported through our network. So thank you for that. When I went to the University of Victoria as their Vice President of Research in 1998, it was soon after that that the network got established. So in that capacity, I had the additional privilege of being helped to establish the Research Data Centre at UVic, linked, of course, to the main centre at UBC. And then, of course, in this position, as Executive Director, things have come in some ways full circle, and now feeling that same sense of privilege and value of what we're able to support with Statistics Canada and other partners in terms of what the network now provides. So enough of that. Let's turn to some acknowledgements. And first of all, to all of you, to Fernando, to Katrina, to Ebenezer, to Michael, to Tipiga, to Adelia, to Cece, to Sudeep, and Celine. Thank you all, regardless of what I will announce in the next few minutes, when it comes hot off the press, I hope, from Grant and Perry. You're all winners. And I know that's easy to say, and it can sometimes sound a bit trite, but it's true. The quality of what you've done over these past number of months in order to get you to the place you are today in what you've presented is to be congratulated, absolutely. Both in terms of the quality of your research and the presentations, which are first class, both the videos that you prepared in advance, as well as the policy pitches over this last couple of days, and also your nimbleness in addressing these pretty demanding questions coming from your highly qualified panel of judges. So well done. And the diversity of your research, again, is impressive, I think, and reinforces both the depth and the sophistication of your analyses, and of course, the policy relevance and the breadth of the policy relevance of your findings. So again, congratulations to you all, and we'll come to the award announcement in just a moment. But then, of course, I would be remiss not to acknowledge the partners that have made this National Policy Challenge possible in working with us. And again, our sincere thanks to Statistics Canada, right from the Chief Statistician down through various levels, who have supported our staff team to make this an extremely successful event. And then, of course, to SAS Analytics, who have worked with us on this National Policy Challenge before. We appreciate their ongoing support, both for this event, but in many other ways in which they support us as a network. We are greatly appreciative. And then to our judges, Tammy, Hugh, Monica, Claudio, and Umit, you're not without things to do. And so to so willingly have accepted our invitation without hesitation, again, speaks to your obvious commitment and enthusiasm, and with the rest of us wanting to do what you can to support people like our finalists. So thank you so much for that. And thank you for the astute questions that certainly kept our presenters on their toes, and I'm sure will enhance their work going forward in terms of prompting some other things to think about as they advance their research beyond the stage they're at now. I mentioned that we're able to provide these data essentially free of charge to you as students and to our researchers more generally within our partner universities. How does that happen? Because there's a lot of cost involved, as you can well imagine, in assembling those data. They don't come for nothing, as you can fully appreciate. So I do want to express to our funders, the Canada Foundation for Innovation, the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council, the Canadian Institutes of Health Research, who are our core funders, who are behind the scenes in a way, as far as you're concerned, but they're absolutely vital in terms of literally providing us with millions of dollars a year to underwrite the costs of providing the data that you enjoy. And the same would be true, of course, of our partner universities, who are key contributors to our overall national effort. And last but not least on this list, of course, Stat Canada, who are providing through their statistical analysts, their assistants, their regional managers, right up to Anil Arora, who you heard of earlier today, support in kind of various sorts, as well as funds that we are able to provide to them. So that's, Grant, what I have to say. I don't know whether you've got anything to say to me in terms of the results.
We do. I just double checked them, but I don't want to say it aloud. So I think Perry probably should have.
Come to me. It's okay. I've got them. Perry wonderfully has just sent me the awards. So here we go. And we'll do it third, second, first, and then the policy pitch. So in third place, I'm delighted to congratulate Katerina. Congratulations. And as a third place winner, your award is a $500 prize. And in second place, congratulations go to Topiga, who then receives a prize of $1,000. And in first place, the duo of Celine and Sadiq. Congratulations to you two, who have a prize of $1,500. And the policy pitch goes to Cece. Congratulations, Cece, on your policy pitch. And as the policy pitch winner, you are the recipient of a $250 prize. So you're all winners. And I'm sorry I have to be, I guess, selective on the basis of what the judges are telling me. But again, thank you all. Congratulations to you all. Tremendous event. And all the best as you continue to progress in your careers. Thank you. Thank you so much. Grant, back to you.
Okay, well, that's a wrap, folks. Congratulations to our five winners. If I could get everyone